bundled up in your clothes again. Don't think I've ever felt so warm. All my roots sprouted into split ends. The smell of linen stains my arms. I think I finally understand it now. Oh, life's much too long to not fall in love, but much too short to keep waiting around. We run ourselves into the ground. Oh, I'm terrified to tell you. Ooh, but deep down I think you already know. If patience is a virtue, then you're the greatest person I've ever known. Why can't I get it through that head of yours? I'm only gonna leave you broken. You'll remember me with tears in your eyes, a disease that leaves you smoking. I think I finally understand it now. Oh, I spent my life trying to fit the mold. Gave up my comfort for a final chance to grow. And I think I finally found my gold. Oh, I think I finally found my home. Oh, I'm terrified to tell you. Ooh, but deep down I think you already know. And I'm terrified to hurt you. Oh, but I'm different from the girl that I was before. Things never pan out the way I imagined, so I've been imagining the worst. Let's wait out my fears, palms connect as it passes. Your gentle pull shifted my course. Call me somewhere I've never gone. Can't imagine it, but that's what I want. Life's too short to waste it on being withdrawn. Life's too short to waste it at all. I'm bundled up in your clothes again. Don't think I've ever felt so warm. All my roots sprouted into split ends. The smell of linen stains my arms. keep waiting around. We run ourselves into the ground. Oh, I'm terrified to tell you. Ooh, but deep down I think you already know. If patience is a virtue,
Hello! My computer fan is really, really loud right now, but I think we are gonna get this to work. Let me move my mic a little bit to the side. Speeding and Steedsmeezy, hello everybody! Thank you all so much for joining me on this momentous occasion where we will be writing Cuneiform. I actually got a brand new webcam, so let me know if this is in good quality. Let me just reduce the brightness a little bit. Hello! And we have a very exciting reason to celebrate because we even got the Cuneiform book by Irving, Finkel, and Jonathan Taylor. So thank you, Anonymous on Throne, for gifting this book. And I basically haven't even opened this, but I did look at a few pages, and it looks absolutely amazing so far. Because when we read this book during our last Cuneiform stream, you may have remembered that it was like a very scanned copy, and like it was really hard to like interpret some of the writings and the readings, but we've got this figured out now. Let me just showcase real quick like how crisp this looks. Wait, maybe I'll have to like reduce the brightness a bit more. Actually, we might go with no light. Look at that. Look at how crisp that is. I love the smell of a new book. This doesn't really have a new book smell. Maybe it's because it's been, I actually got this delivered in the mail a while back. And it's just been sitting and I guess marinating its new book smell out into the void. My first stream watching you. Well, welcome, Kami. Well, along those lines, let's quickly do attendance. So let me go through the YouTube gang first. Hello, Kingwin. Hello, Astro. Hello, Eggy. Hello, Gaushin. Hello, Stella. Hello, Audie. Hello, Apa. Hello, Kat. Good seeing that linguistics representation. Hello, Ashkale. Hello, Warpy. Hello, Hairday. Hello, House Peanut. I guess you're also new, so welcome. And then on Twitch, hello Anonymous, hello AA1AA. Camera looks good to me, by the way. Yeah, no, it's so much more crisper than this like really like old webcam I was using, and like it was definitely on its last legs. And there may be a few questions about this. You may have noticed that I have some press-on nails, but unfortunately most of them like fell off. But I was like going to remove these last ones before the Handcam stream, but they're like not coming off, so I'm just gonna leave it on, and it's gonna look like I have like a few random pressed nails on. So if that's okay with you guys, it is okay with me. Well, the good news is that I am definitely a lot less sick. I hope you guys have been in good health condition during my— oh, thank you, Akari, for following. During my last stream, my voice was like so dead, and I actually had to like end it a little bit early. But now my voice is in good condition. And oh my god, we just hit our follower goal. Thank you so much. It's all good, yes. Alright. Well, so in preparation for this stream, I did make some homemade Play-Doh. If you just look up like homemade Play-Doh, there's like some recipes with like flour and oil. That's basically the one I used. It's pretty good condition. So the thing is though, it's kind of sat, like, I made this like a few days ago, but it's still like pretty good condition. So this is the blue one. Oh, it's super squishy. I don't know if you guys watch like ASMR videos on YouTube. I don't usually, but I do like the clay ones where they like crack the clay. And I was just making this and being like, oh, this is so satisfying. Have you been eating well? Okay, yes. Actually, one of the reasons why I've been feeling better is because my nutrition is back in order. I had like onigiri last night, and I also had like I made some like salmon and stuff like that, so I have been eating very healthily. How dare you not have the perfect manicures? What kind of scientist are you? Is this a war crime? That new clay smells nice. Yeah, so this is the blue one. And then I tried to make the yellow one, but for some reason, like, a lot of it wasn't, like, meshing well together. But the yellow one is, like, smaller, but it's a pretty good batch, too. Oop. Oop. So we have yellow and blue, which I know aren't typical cuneiform colors, but somebody in the comment section said that it's the colors of the CMB, like, my, like, outfit. And since then, like, now I'm, like, proud to have these, like, yellow and blue things of color. You can make green. Yeah, we can make green cuneiform. How have you guys been, though? Like, I hope everybody's been healthy and eating well. I did send a photo of a strawberry banana Nutella crepe I had that was really, really great. Alright, and so, also, we don't have the official tool that they use is, like, a triangular wedge. So let me quickly show it in the book. Let me see if I can find the page where they show the actual tool. Yeah, so the actual tool that they use is it's like this triangular wedge. Now, of course, we don't have anything like that. But the next closest thing I was able to get are none other than chopsticks. So we'll be using that. I realized that there's no way to, like, press this book down. Well, I guess the best part of opening a new book is, like, creasing it for the first time. So. Maybe I'll use my microphone to, like, hold the corner in place. Yeah, there we go, there we go. And then, I don't know what I should use for this corner. I mean, I have, like, plushies. I have this, car Kirby I got a while back. Oh. It's not supportive enough! It's not Oh, okay, we're good, we're good. Okay, maybe this is not that supportive. Let me see what else I have that can, like, press this down. I have other books. Okay, actually, that's not bad. Let's do that. Car Kirby, what? Yeah, I got this in Japan. It's like, if you pull the thing, it actually, like, vibrates like a car. I guess you can't really see it in the screen. But yeah, this will be our little book holder for now. Carby. Good that you're doing better. I'm doing alright. That's good to hear. Okay, I think this is probably the best we can do. That's such a cute stuffy. I know, right? That's why I have it, like, over my desk. I do my best to keep them uncreased. That's typically how I am, too. Except that, I guess in this instance, we want to look at this while we write. So, none other than our handy little chopsticks. So, typically, we need, like, a triangular edge. But this, like, rectangular edge should do just fine, I think. What do you use for hand tracking? It's pretty clean. All of my tools are in the YouTube description. Oh, that was not... I cannot type. There we go. Alright, so let's take a look at the writing system. So as we covered last time, when it came to the moment of inscription, the most important thing was to judge the point at which the clay would best make a sharp impression, without being too hard or too soft. There are three basic types of wedges. There's vertical, horizontal, and oblique. And they have some examples here how you can combine these. So I think to start, we can practice with one of these, maybe? And then later, when we get really good, we can turn to the back of the book where they actually have a guide on how to write things. And then you can press it in, and then we can write out, like, longer words and stuff like that. Doesn't look like it's in the description. Oh, maybe it's on my Twitch page, but I'm using OpenLive 3D. Are we going to write a complaint about substandard quality copper? Maybe we do. Maybe we do. But I do want to just practice some generic things first. I guess I don't want the book to take most of the page. Maybe we just want to scooch this over. I realize that my field of view is not as wide as I had hoped. Okay, so now with this in tow... Ah! I'm like trying to move my laptop. There's so little space. Okay, there we go. Okay, this is good. This is good. Sorry if the microphone feedback is bad. I'm just trying to figure out my settings. This will get better as time goes on, I promise. Okay. So, now let us write these things. So, I think the first one we should try to do is this basic one here, but we can practice on this little thing of clay first. What's really cool that I read in this book is that a lot of the clay tablets that we have to understand how cuneiform originated were actually written by students. And they'd have these like palm-sized things of clay. Thank you, Mouse, for following. They've had these palm-sized things of clay that look like cookies. And they'd like write stuff in it. So we can indent it kind of like here. So let me see what this indent looks like. Oh! Wait, that does kind of look triangular, but it doesn't have a long tail like this one. That kind of looks like the one here, so... I feel like my wedges look kind of square-like, but from above, doesn't this look pretty good? Doesn't this look pretty good, Orbeez? Or should I say Urbeezu, technically, in Sumerian? That indent looks clean. Yeah, no, this is great. So the way that it works is that they press this like sharp triangular edge into the thing. And I think it's like the length of which you press it in affects the length of the character. So if I want to go something shorter, I just like lightly tap it. So that's pretty small. It works, I guess. And then if I guess from above it looks like a wedge. Okay, that's actually not bad. Okay. See, we needed a starting point. See, this is the cuneiform. The old children in Mesopotamia also learned cuneiform by practicing, and so we're gonna do just that. So now we can mold it again and have a clean slate. And I'm gonna try to write this one here. There's definitely some potential here. I know, right? This is my first time writing cuneiform, guys. Maybe don't hold it like a pencil. Oh, I guess in this diagram, it looks like they're holding it like almost like this? Wait, let me see. I don't know if there's like a section on like the best way to hold the... Yeah, this is what I was talking about, the table of things we can write, but I think we need to first... Oh, they even suggest using a chopstick. But I don't think they actually show how it is pressed in. Yeah, I don't think they actually show how it's pressed. Oh, wait, okay. So the stylus has a triangular edge. Yeah, I guess the only image they have is this. Oh, I lost it again. Here we go. Okay, well, we can try holding it like a knife, yeah. Like this. Okay. Okay, so let's do this one first, where we do this smaller wedge here. One. Wait, that looks more like two, but... Wait, hold up. One. And then... Two? Right at all. Oh, it's so hard to write. It's almost like learning how to write for the first time. I would use the thumb for force. Okay, so... What? Okay, wait, that was barely an indent. One. I guess not having a triangular edge makes it harder. That does not look like this whatsoever. Training to write the entire Epic of Gilgamesh? Okay, wait. We're gonna get to this one first. One. Okay. So it looks like when I press in, the sharper edge actually is this bottom edge. So this should actually be more like... Wait, this one kind of looks like this, doesn't it? I don't know how I can make this long one here. I feel like this long one's kind of hard. You can whittle down the chopstick into a prism. Yeah, but unfortunately I don't have the tools for that. My tool unfortunately does not have quite the right shape because the cross-section is rectangular. Wait, let me see how the other chopstick came out. Well, I mean, when I split it, this one has a different kind of edge, but let's see. Okay, so... Okay, let's try this again. Okay, I feel like I'm kind of getting to this one. The chopstick is not the quite ideal shape, yeah, but unfortunately I don't have anything that's quite triangular. Fortunately, we can just erase with our fingers. Okay. Maybe I can also try this one. This one doesn't look bad either, so it means we're going 1, and then 2. Oh, I guess my hair is covering it. Wait, this one and this one, I think I kind of got it. Orbeez, or Irving, don't you think this one looks kind of like this one? Wait, maybe I'll move my model a little bit to the side. I feel like it does kind of look like this. If the clay isn't that hard, maybe you can fold some stiff paper into a wedge. Oh, that could be cool too. Yeah, I don't really have anything with a triangular cross-section, but I feel like they said to use a chopstick. Like, a chopstick is a good choice. I feel like we're getting there. It just, practice comes with... It comes with practice, you know? We need to get you a Swiss Army knife. Yeah, I don't have one here. I'm just, like, looking around and all I see are, like, USBs. Which I don't think will be any more helpful. So, let's see. Okay. 1... So when I press in, it's actually the bottom corner that gets indented. So it actually should be more like 1, 2. Oh, that doesn't look like this at all. This one's my best take of this. What kind of stream is this? I have been really obsessed about Cuneiform recently. It's been my Wikipedia rabbit hole. And we did a stream where we read this book together, the PDF version, but I was recently gifted this on Throne, and then I made homemade clay and was like, why not actually learn how to make cuneiform? Alright, so, okay, so 1. I feel like, I'm trying to think of a way to, like, be able to control the indenting more. 1. This doesn't look like this at all! Hello, Germanium. Alright, well, I feel like maybe I'll try 3. Maybe I'll try 3. And I realize I keep resorting back to like a pencil hold. It's actually more like a knife hold, I think. Maybe I have to like press it and then like extend it out like that a little. That just made like a giant hole. I don't think that was right. Let me redo that again. I love the music. Yeah, no, this is Aloha. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Does this look like this, or does this look like this? To the fuck, Jeremy? Feel like the other end of the chopstick, but this is like more of a circular end. Let's try it. One. Yeah, no, I think this is like kind of like a hole. It keeps making holes. It's not actually doing a wedge. Okay. Okay, 1, 2. Okay. I feel like the other end of the chopsticks would work better. I feel like it's a circular ending though. Okay, well I feel like we've gotten some decent practice in. Let me try this one again, and then we're gonna try doing some actual writing exercises. So 1, and then 2. It doesn't look like this at all. Yeah, I mean, I guess the tool that they're maybe I should practice with this side instead. Oh, actually, this does form wedges if you're like careful. But it like merges together, so I don't think it's doing a good job. Yeah, I would adjust it to something sharp, but I'm trying to think if I have any triangular tools. I unfortunately do not think I have, but I might have... Wait. This is slightly cursed, but I do have plastic utensils. And I have a plastic fork. Do I have a plastic knife in here? I keep plastic utensils here. Oh! Wait, this might be the move. This might be the move. Alright, plastic knife. Kind of triangular cross-section. Okay, 1. I feel like I'm just making indents in the clay. Yeah, I don't think this does much better. I feel like I feel like I just need to learn how to indent it. I feel like this does not give a wedge shape. A ruler might, oh, that might be a good one. Wait. Let me quickly. I have one in my bag. Oh. Wait, I just realized that my ruler is not in good condition, but this might work. Wait, I think this might be the move. I think this might be the move. Wait, I think this might be the move. Okay, okay, okay. 1. Wait, I think this might be the move. I think this might be the move. Yes, I think this is good. Okay, 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 let's try this one. 1, 2. Wait, that does look a little bit better. Yeah, I think this is the move. I think this is the move. But we'll have to get some practice in. So it says here that there are 3 basic types of wedges. There's vertical, so I guess that's kind of more like I feel like I keep pressing in the clay. Maybe I just do that. 1, horizontal. I feel like the edge is kind of wide. Or oblique. Oh, that was kind of clean. Okay, this is great. This is great. Okay. Maybe there's a good example that we could start with. Okay, there's a pretty good example here on the next page. It says... here we see Ashurnasirpal's name, which is written in 5 signs. And there's this one, which is like the vertical one we just learned. This S1, and then Sur, Pop, and Ah. Okay, these look kind of tough, but I think we can do this one. I think we can do this one. I think we can do this one. Lock in, guys. Lock in. Here, let me try to press this in. Oh, that did not work. Okay. Okay, we're gonna try to write my man's Ashurnapal's name. I'm so sorry, I'm like butchering the pronunciation. Ashurbanipal. Oh, actually now this side is flat because I've been pressing it in. Let's do this. Okay, lock in. So the first thing we need is a vertical. The first thing we need is a vertical one and then a horizontal one. And then this next one looks a little bit crazy, but we're gonna try. So, vertical. Oh, that was clean. That was clean. Okay. Okay, that was not as clean. I tried to go for a... Okay, horizontal. Horizontal? Okay, okay. Now the next one we need to do is write this one. I have no idea how I'm gonna write that. It looks like there's like a side one, and then there's like 3 vertical ones, and then like a big one by the side. Okay. Okay, so 1 horizontal one, and then 3, 1, but then this one's a little shorter, 2, 3, okay, 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 and then 1 really big wedge here. I actually don't know how I'm supposed to make that, but like kind of like this. Guys, this was so clean. This was so clean. Okay, okay. Wait, so far we've made it to this one. We've made it to this one. Which, I mean, that was great. And then this one look, these two look easy. We need to do one that's crossed, and then we need to do one that is like 1 and then 2, 2. Okay, so let's do the cross one first. 1. Okay, okay, that one was okay. And then now we need a vertical one. And then 1. Guys. Wait, I'm gonna do a side-by-side comparison. What can I say? It says in the king's name, the king should hire me. The king should hire me. Ruler for the win. Yeah, I'm gonna put this stuff back. So, okay, so this is M, and then this is As, Shore, and then I don't know why they have PAP and then A, but they're supposed to say Ashurnasirpal. I mean, look at that. I can't even tell the difference. I can't even tell the difference. I shall disappear now and see your progress later. Thank you for stopping by. Just ate dinner and you are already starting with the Epic of Gilgamesh. Wait, I'm gonna take a photo of this so that I can show it to my my friends later. I was talking with like my research mates about how I've been, you know, really obsessed with cuneiform recently, and they were like, "Oh, if you're so invested, like you should totally try like writing stuff out." What can I say? Wait, check if well, I don't think Google Lens has a cuneiform translator. Wait, does Google have a cuneiform translator? Maybe one of you guys can take a screenshot and see if it can detect it. Alright, what else can we write? Well, now that we are in good shape, we could also do numbers. But I was thinking we could also do some real writing here. So one of the things in this book is that it has these guides for all of the different things that you can write. And one of the things that I was planning to write was Orbeezu, or Orbeez, right? Now next is to try and write your name. Well, my name is technically Z, but I guess they don't have Syzygy. Well, they have C, S-I. They have S-I, Z-I. And then do they have G? G... They have G-A. Yeah, they have G-I. I can do Syzygy. Let's do that. Let's do that. Okay. Well, I'll leave this blue one to the side for now, and then we can write the... We can write the... Oh. Oh. Okay. We can write my name on this yellow one here. What's really cool is that when students were learning cuneiform, they would put, like, have, like, tablets, like, the size of their palm. It would literally be this. And some of the things that they'd write are, like, complaints about their teachers. And they'd also write, like, fart jokes and stuff. And so, it's so funny that, like, humanity has changed so much. But also, in some ways, humanity hasn't changed at all. Okay, so we're gonna use this. Maybe I'll use this as a placeholder. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Okay. Alright. We're gonna be like a real cuneiform student. And have our palm-sized cuneiform tablet. You can't get Google to translate it? Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know if they have cuneiform translators. Oh, we gotta write the Ea-nasir one later too. But I think that's like a huge tablet. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna write is Syzygy. So S-I. So it looks like this. Oh, this is kind of tough. There are 2 horizontal ones and 2 vertical ones. I think also holding it in this way is kind of hard. Okay, so I realized that the best way to do this is that you need the edge of the ruler to go in the direction of the stroke. And so if the stroke is horizontal, you gotta be like horizontal. So let me write Syzygy. So, okay, 1. Oh, this one's a little bit lower. 2. And then 1. Oh, that was really long. I didn't mean for that to be that long. Okay. This is Si. And then, oh, I guess this one had to have like a longer tail, but that's fine. Where's Z? Z? Oh my god, that looks absolutely insane. So that is 1 horizontal one, 2 vertical ones, and I think that's 4 like oblique ones. That's actually crazy. Okay. 1 horizontal. Oh, that was not. I also realized the depth at which you press it affects the length. So now we need the 2 vertical ones. Okay, that was not as clean as I'd hoped. These kind of just look like vertical lines. I think I need to go more at an angle. Okay, and then now we need 4 oblique ones. One, 2, 3. And okay, that was not as good as this one. Maybe it's the thickness of this clay that makes it better. Or maybe it's also because I'm holding this in my palm. Maybe it's not giving enough pressure. Oh my god. G is also... Wait, that's so interesting. The character for G is basically the same as Z, except the oblique ones are like in a different order. So whereas for the Z, we had 1 on top and then 3 in the second row, now we have 3 on the top and 1 on the second row. Oh, is it G or G, like J-I? That is an amazing question. I don't see any J here, so I think it should be just the G-I one. All right, let's write this out. Okay. Okay. I feel like I'm just making indents in the clay. This does not look very cuneiform-like. Okay, now we gotta go for the 3 rows and then the smaller one. Okay, okay. Syzygy complete. No Sumerian setting for Google Lens. Ah, I see. It's alright though. Just trust. Alright, Syzygy has been written out. I'm also thinking, one thing that would be really fun is I could write your guys' names as well. Alright. Yippee! This is great! Okay, Syzygy is complete, but I also wanted to write Orbeez. Put it as the nameplate on your desk. Oh, that would be so funny. This looks tasty? No! Okay, well, maybe. Oh no! Oh no, I got blue clay residue on the book. It's okay. It's going to be a well-loved book. I think we should try writing Orbeez. I think the way for Orbeez is if you look at the video description, that is the official way to spell Orbeez. But I realized those characters look really hard. And also quite different from the ones in here. Orbeez. Yeah, I don't know why it's like a fish shape on this one. Let's see. I could try to write what's written here. I'm gonna have these as my nameplate. Well, chat, you should let me know what else I should write on these tablets. I think we should try to do one for Ea-nasir. B might mean fish. I feel like this one looks a lot harder to write though. I'm gonna try to write Orbeez. So it looks like for the first character, there's like a vertical one and then a square one. So vertical one. Oh, that was really long. Okay. Horizontal one. Okay, and then a smaller vertical one. Then 8. Okay, that's Wait, that's actually kind of good. Wait, I feel like from the start of the start of this stream till now, like, we have improved so much. The ones in the book look like the old Babylonian style signs, while the ones on the computer are most likely in the font Noto Cuneiform, which is in Sumerian style. Older and more complicated. Oh, I see. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Now I know how to write my own name in Sumerian as well. Well, welcome, Ziggy. I'm glad you enjoy that. See, I feel like I typically do physics content, but I just feel like learning is just so fun in general. And so this has been such a fun series of streams recently. All right, let's try to make the fish looking one. So we need a horizontal line and then 2 here and then like a triangular shape. Okay, 1, 2, and then we need, oh, that looks really hard. So we need like a vertical one. And then we gotta make the head of the fish. Ooh. Okay. Learning is fun in general. Ah, yes, my people, the stars have brought me here. Wait, I'm so glad that you're able to join. Z is my favorite cuneiform and export control VTuber. What's really odd is that I feel like people really enjoy the content where I just go on like random learning tangents. I do feel like in general people do like when I talk about astrophysics and physics and Artemis 2 and all that exciting stuff, and so do I. But I also feel like learning random tangents like this is also really amazing. Honestly, this book goes really in depth into like basically how the history of cuneiform was so long that there were historians in Mesopotamia studying like old history of cuneiform. And like all of a sudden, for some reason, like cuneiform rotated 90 degrees counterclockwise, and historians don't know why. And that's why some of the cuneiform tablets, we actually like accidentally put them in the wrong direction because we don't know like how old they are. All right, we're gonna write the last character of Orbeez. So, boop, boop. And if you're new here, the official fandom name is Orbeez, which is why I'm writing Orbeez. Yippee! Yeah, this kind of content is great. Wait, I'm so glad you enjoy. I love explaining what dark matter is to people. I know, right? Like, I just feel like there's just such general excitement about space. Yippee! So now we've written the king's name and also Orbeez. Once I saw some in real life in a museum and they wrote it really small, like really, really small. That does make sense. Although this book also explains how there were like so many different types of cuneiform. This was like well, this was like fractions and stuff, but some of these were probably quite small. I guess since I'm a beginner, I've been writing kind of big, but maybe by the end of this stream, I'll be like really, really, really small handwriting. Well, to be fair, English decided to change how to pronounce every word in 1500, and nobody knows why. That is actually very valid. I mean, look at this. Like, I'm sure this is really small. I also feel like, thank you to Anonymous for getting me this book on Throne, because when I was reading this PDF on stream, I was really disappointed because the images were really muddled. But now, like, look at how crisp this is. You can see all the incredible detail. It also is incredible to me that, like, people were able to read this. Yeah, look at these cookie-shaped ones that, these were the ones that students would write in school. I guess some of these handwriting ones look kind of similar. Yeah, this is the teacher's neat example, and then this is the student's example. I think the lighting plays a big part. I mean, I'm sure when they took these photos, they used really great lighting. Wow, this is really clean. But yeah, and this is also after thousands of years of wear and tear. What's really interesting to me is that, as I mentioned before, cuneiform is like a multi-millennia-year-old language. And when it started, it was more like drawings like these. Like, this was indicative of... What is this? A head and a bowl? And this doesn't really look like the cuneiform that we write now with the wedges. Any other historical topics you'd consider doing? I thought about doing one on hieroglyphs because somebody sent me a PDF where you could like read about the hieroglyphs. So I thought that might be interesting. Maybe the lighting would be better if I made it. Oh. Is that a little bit easier to see? Actually, I don't think that. I think that's actually a little worse to see. Yeah, I think this lighting setting is better. This new webcam I've been using is really great. Well, alright, now that we've written Orbeez and also we've written the king's name and Syzygy, I think it would be really cool to write names from chat. So if you have a suggestion, or not names necessarily, but anything you'd like me to write, please let me know. I think we can write Ea-nasir because that's been the most requested one. Wow, look at how clean this cuneiform is. Eggy says me first. Okay, we're gonna write Ea-nasir and then we will write you, Eggy. Like, look at how clean these wedges are. This must have taken like decades of practice. Reminds me of how Chinese script also became more abstract looking over time. Yeah, that is true. That is true. Like, it's really cool how languages evolve. Here, I want to see how Ea-nasir. I'm just gonna Google this and see if Ea-nasir. Wow, this tablet is really long. Okay, this tablet is quite long. But maybe I could write... That's so interesting. the Ea-nasir tablet also had text on the left edge, like basically if you think about like a rectangular prism, it had text on this edge. Let's see, Ea-nasir complaint tablet text. I think we can go based off of this. Oop. I want to download this. Wait, give me 1 second. I'm going to quickly upload this to my screen. I'll be right back. Ooh. Wow, that's really long. Boop. Oh, the music just restarted. But this is the entire Ea-nasir tablet. Now, of course, we're not going to write this whole thing. Sus 67. Oh my god. Europa. Okay, wait. Let me write these. Let me make a cue first. So, Eggy, Sus 67, Europa. Oh my god. All right. So we're obviously not going to write this whole tablet, but I think it would do us justice to write at least the first line, or maybe the first 2 lines. All right, we're going to erase our beautiful writing. So take a photo, clip this. Boop. A peace sign in like default pose. Yippee! All right, it's time to erase. Goodbye. This is ASMR, although there's not much sound. Alright. Well, in the style of the Ea-nasir tablet, we're gonna make this more rectangular and longer. And our goal is to be able to write smaller, because there's no way I'm gonna be able to get that in 1 line. It's just SMR! Yeah, that's so true. Alright. Okay, this looks very rectangular indeed. Okay, now that we've gotten this rectangular script, we are going to try to write Ea-nasir's words. Okay. Alright, let's do this. Lock in Orbeez, or Orbeezu. Okay. Oh, oops. Wow, this first character already looks quite tough. Okay, so the first one we need to write is... There's 2 vertical ones. Oh my god, I'm just like looking at that second character and I'm like, what even is that? That's crazy that this isn't even the original tablet. This is like a deciphering of the tablet. Okay, so we're gonna first create some lines. Maybe we'll try to write the first 2 lines at least. So 1, 2. Okay, great. Okay, lock in. We're gonna write the first 2 lines. So this is the first character. We have 2 vertical lines, and then 1 like little boy, and then another vertical line. 1, 2. Okay. Oh, that was not as good as I thought it would be. I have no idea how I'm supposed to write that little clover-looking character. Like that? Yeah, sure. I'm definitely not writing small enough. What in the... How am I supposed to... Okay, the next one is like 4 boys. And then, what is this? A vertical one and then 3 vertical ones. 1 vertical one and then... I also realized that I tend to like grip it really strongly. When you guys write like normally, like I have a really bad habit of like pressing really hard into the paper. I don't know if any of you Orbeez also have that. Alright, this next one looks kind of tough, but we're gonna try to do that. One, 2. And then we have 3 horizontal ones. 1, 2. And then 2 vertical ones. I don't know how they did the little thing here, but I'm just gonna do that. Alright. Okay, I just wrote the second character. This did not fit on one line, but it's okay. Alright, we're gonna write the third character here. So this one has a long horizontal tail. It's crazy to me how they were able to write so small. I'm the opposite. I don't push down hard enough. Yeah, I feel like it's a spectrum. It's either you push down really hard or you barely push down at all. You can feel what I wrote on the other side of paper. That's the same with me. Hello, Fjord. First Artemis launch stream and Cuneiform stream from a VTuber with the CMB on their body. This is the kind of content I live for. Well, welcome. As you can see, I'm typically an astrophysics VTuber, but I mean, in this instance, it's a little bit different. I have a habit of pressing too hard in writing as a kid, but later I overshot in the other direction and had to relearn how to press more. See, I'm telling you, it's either one way or another. Alright, we're gonna write the next line here. Yeah, I'm canonically a photon from the cosmic microwave background. Okay, and now we have like, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 horizontal ones. Oh, that doesn't really look like what they have there, but it's fine. Okay. And then now we have 3 horizontal ones. And then 1 vertical one. There we go! No wonder it looked familiar. Yeah, I mean, this is also a redrawn version by my gen mate Mylan. Irving Finkel did a great video on cuneiform writing techniques. I did see that video, but it's been a while, so I unfortunately do not remember. I also saw that he did a video with, let me know if you guys know who I'm talking about. The British guy. Scott something, I think. Was it Scott something? He did a video, where they were writing on clay tablets with like real wedges. Honestly, meeting Irving Finkel would be such a dream. I feel like I did not do as good of a job on this one as I had hoped. This one is attempting to be that first character on the third line. What in the world is... There's like a dog-looking character that's supposed to be on the third line, the second one. Scott Manley, yes! Oh wait, no, not Scott Manley, Tom Scott. Scott Manley does aerospace stuff. Tom Scott, yes, thank you so much. Manly Tom, yes, Manly Tom. What's really cool is that Scott Manley's username was originally like Syzygy or something like that. That was like totally unintentional. I like did not even know until after the fact. I have no idea how they made that second dog-like character, but I'm just gonna... It has like another leg here. Okay, and then 2. Okay. Okay, and then we got boop boop. And then we have 3 horizontal ones. Oh, those are more angled than I'd hoped they'd be. Okay, we just wrote... Or, oops, I realize this one is not as clear. We just wrote the first 3 lines of Ea-nasir's complaint tablet. Whew! What can I say? Wow, this dude must have been really angry to have written... Like, when I say this dude was like a serial yapper, let me just show you how long this deciphering is. And what's crazy is that the dude also wrote, like, on the left edge, like, technically this part, like, this part of the text is, like, well... You just have a ruler. That's true. I tried to write with chopsticks earlier, and it was not going well. You should see the VOD later. It was definitely an ordeal. What's crazy is that, like, one thing that is not commonly known is that they didn't just find one complaint tablet, they found multiple complaint tablets to this dude about the quality of his copper. So this is really funny to me. Alright, well, now that we have the complaint tablet out of the way, I think we should use this yellow clay, goodbye handwriting, to write Eggy, who requested their name to be written. If you would like to have your name written, please let me know. There is a bit of a long queue, unfortunately. Or maybe I should have some sort of, like, redeem system. I don't know if I have this on Twitch. I was never able to figure out how to use redeem points, and I actually decided not to monetize on Twitch. Because, like, for me, YouTube is still my main platform, and that's where I have, like, memberships and stuff like that. First encounter of Karens in Cuneiform. Well, if anything, I feel like in Ea-nasir was low-key the Karen, because the copper quality must have been so bad for the dude to get so many complaints. Alright. Hello, Matt. Good seeing you. Alright. Okay, I'm gonna make this a little bit more circular. Gaussian would like to be written. Maybe anyone who follows will also be written. Maybe I'll have that as a system. Alright, now let's refer to the book to figure out how to write Eggy. So maybe the ones I need are... I was thinking G here, or G or whatever. Egg. They don't have EG. I'm Spore on Discord. Alright. This queue is getting very long. I think for now we'll put a pause on the queue, unless there's like a new member or follower who joins, because the queue right now is like 6 long. Maybe I'll just do E and then GI. Or no, there is egg. So there's egg, and then there's G. What is the Discord? There is a Discord here. And if you're a member, you get access to a members-only chat. So feel free to join that. Alright, Eggy. So the first one is EG here, so let's do this. There looks like there's 1 horizontal one, 2 vertical ones, and then a bunch of ones at a weird oblique angle. So... one, and then 2 vertical ones. And then 3 oblique ones. So that should go like... like that. Okay. And then Gi is There's one horizontal one, two vertical ones. The queue has 6 or 7 words right now. Wait, you want to hear the funniest story? So, a few days ago, I was explaining to some people what 6-7 is, right? Because some people just straight up don't really know the concept of it. Well, I mean, I feel like there's not really much to explain. It's not really something that is explainable. And then, what was absolutely hilarious was that they were like, what's this, like, movement you're doing? And I'm like, oh, like, when people say 6-7, like, they do this, like, thing with, like, their hands to indicate that it's, like, referring to the meme, and that's, like, supposed to be funny, too. And then the person I was talking to straight up just goes, like, oh, like, 3-4. And I just thought that was hilarious. I feel like this movement is so funny if you do it for numbers that are not even related to 6 or 7. Alright, we're gonna write gi. Oh my god, and then there's like 3... Well, I guess we wrote this one for Syzygy earlier. There's 3 oblique ones, and then 1 larger oblique one. Alright, Eggy is complete! 3-4. Wait, one time somebody did like 6-7. They were like, oh, this 6-7 thing is so stupid. And then someone was like 8-9. This is such brain rot. I don't know what's happening with, like, our new... What is this? Generation Alpha or something? Hello, Misadventures in Astro! You cannot explain 6-7. You must feel it. Yeah, you need to feel it. Alright, Eggy, take a... Here, let me show it to the camera so you can take, like, a screenshot or a clip or something. Thank you for joining the queue. I might just write in the message at the bottom that want your name written, maybe like follow for your name to be written. Follow. Subscribe. Alright. Oh, I realized that is not, center. There we go. Alright. Now my Discord profile picture. Wow, well, I'm really glad you like it. Had realization that Gen Beta will not know what it's like living in a world without AI. That is horrendous. That is horrendous to me. What, are we already at Gen Beta? What, does anyone know when Gen Beta starts? Alright, now it is time for us to write sus. And for this, I want to have a, like Among Us shaped tablet. Gen Beta is alive? When did Gen Alpha start? When did Gen Z start? Like, I feel like I don't know what the gaps are. Gen Beta is 2035 to 2039? Guys, that's like after COVID. That is... Oh, that is horrendous. Gen Alpha was 2012. Oh my god, that's crazy. I'd hate to be called Gen Beta. Well, eventually we'll get to Gen Sigma, right? I'm just gonna go crumble into dust now. Yeah, we're all old. What is the term that they used? Like, unk or something? Alright, Among Us shaped tablet. Here we come. I just realized this just looks like Pac-Man. Maybe I need to have more, like, more of a visor here. I'm unfortunately not very good at clay. I was never good at, like, art as a child. I did do violin for a long time, but I was never good at, like, clay or drawing or anything like that. So I can never be, like, an artist of sorts. My younger brothers have started calling me Unk. Oh my god. That's horrendous. I'm getting called Unk and I'm just 21. You must be surrounded by Gen Beta. That's Gen Beta's 2025 to 2039 is crazy to me. Alright, so we do have us. So I'm like looking through this book to figure out how to write sus. We do have us. Maybe I'll just write Sue and then us again. Okay. Oh my god. Look at how crazy the character is for us. Like, it's like 4 oblique ones, 2 horizontal ones, and 2 vertical ones. So I did a poll recently, not recently, this was about like half a year ago. I realized I haven't gone through the results of that. But also you have YouTube analytics, right? But I did a poll a few months ago about like, several months ago, I guess, about like the demographics of the people who watch my streams, which was really informative for me to like understand how I should be like catering the understanding of like astrophysics and how like at what level I should be explaining things. And I realized that a lot of my audience, well, the gender distribution was A, quite shocking, but B, okay, the gender distribution was the most shocking part, but B, I found that the age distribution is actually like centered at like early 20s, but there's also quite a lot of people who are like high school age to like maybe like undergraduate in college kind of age was like the peak of the distribution. The census. Yeah, no, there was a census a while back. Sus, yes. I feel like I would love to do a poll on YouTube right now and see like where you guys lie, but I think a lot of the viewers here were probably represented by the census. But the surprising part about this for sure was the gender distribution. Poll in chat now. I'm not sure like what I should have like, okay, age distribution, parenthesis, if you're comfortable. The thing about this poll is like I can't see who submits the results, but of course only do it if you're comfortable. I'm gonna just say like what is a good age distribution? Like high school, so like you're like less than like 18. Undergraduate, which is like what, 18 to like you're 22. Or maybe I'll just do like age ranges. 5-year blocks? Okay. Okay, less than 18. Yeah, maybe I'll just do 5-year blocks actually. 18 to 23. 23 to 28. 28 to 33. Oh, I can't do more than that, but I'll just do 28 plus. And for those of you who are on Twitch, you can hop on the YouTube poll there as well. Oh, okay, interesting. Well, I guess there's only a few votes so far, but in the meantime, let me write Seuss. So we gotta write 4 horizontal ones on this Among Us shaped tablet. And then 2 vertical ones. I realize I keep writing really long. Okay. And then oos is, oh, maybe I need to spread this out a little bit because this one looks kind of big. 4 oblique ones. Bam, 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 bam. And then 1 horizontal one. I realize that like the more uneven the clay is, the harder it is to get like consistent lines. Oh, that was not very good. But this was my attempt to write sus on the Among Us shaped clay tablet. Look at that, Cuneiform. Hello, Aleph, good seeing you. Oh, I need to announce our collab too. I'll talk about that in just a bit, but let me quickly check the age distribution. So we got 20 votes. I'm gonna close the poll now. But it does look like 40% of you are ages 18 to 23, 35% are 23 to 28, and then 24% are 28 plus. That was, I think, roughly the same distribution that I got during the census. I'm actually curious to see what the the gender distribution is here too, if you're comfortable. I'm gonna have male, female, and then non-binary / plus. This is basically redoing the census again. Okay, the gender distribution is not as extreme as it was during the census. During the census, I recall it was like 97% male or something like that. It was absolutely insane. I think also YouTube analytics aren't accurate because I was talking with CL, Code Life. She's a coding VTuber, and she was saying that you only get the analytics if you put your gender in the YouTube. On your YouTube profile, and a lot of people like opt out, so that makes sense too. Alright, now that we've written sus, the next thing is to figure out how to write Cuneiform numbers. Okay, great. This looks promising. Oh wait, why is this an SVG file? How am I supposed to open that? Ah! Okay, well we don't need that many numbers. Alright, we're gonna try this again. Okay. Yes. Okay, this has up to 6 and 7, right? Yes. Oh wait, that's so easy. It's just writing 3, like a bunch of vertical ones. Alright, I'm gonna redo this one. Alright, so it looks like the gender distribution now is 81% male, 8% female, and 12% non-binary plus. Okay, yeah, I mean, I feel like that was roughly what I anticipated. Wow, we just hit 41 concurrent viewers on YouTube. Well, thank you all so much for the support. I feel like for some reason people really enjoy the Cuneiform content. Let me know if you want to see more of this, and more importantly, let me know if you want to see hieroglyphs too, because I feel like I've been getting interested in that too. I'm 28 plus, call me Unc. Wait, that's so not true. That's literally counting. Can I request a cookie? Okay, I'll put subscribe to Z, because I think that is creative. The queue is getting really long, but we'll make it through. Okay, 6 and then 7. So we need basically, oh, oops. We need 6 vertical ones, and then, okay, that's easy to remember. Okay. Alright, we're gonna use this little round tablet. It's definitely the Play-Doh. Well, this is homemade. If you look up homemade Play-Doh, I think this is like the first result that pops up. It was really easy. Some people said I should make cookies and stuff, but I wasn't sure if the cuneiform would be preserved, A, and then B, I realized I don't have sugar. So, they would have been pretty disgusting. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 6. And then, oh my god, it's just... I mean, it's just counting. Alright, 6. Someone please clip this. 6. 6. Oh my god, this is so horrible. Wait, this chart is wrong from 50 onwards. Oh, really? Well, it's okay. We only need the numbers 6 and 7. That looks like you could really easily miswrite 200 instead of 3. Wait, yeah, that's like the same. Oh, it just has like a little thing on the side. Oh, Addie says, or Audie, I don't know. I got to know about you via VTheorem collab, so maybe they're helping with increased viewers. I mean, VTheorem is an amazing group. For those of you who do not know, I'm part of a group. It's called VTheorem. We are a group of educational VTubers. I do physics, Phi does like immune system stuff. We have like psychology researchers, all the whole shebang. It's great. And we're actually going to be debuting a new generation soon, which is super exciting. Well, soon is kind of relative, but people of Mesopotamia use base 60 system. Actually, I heard that base 60 system is better because in some ways, like 60 has more divisors than something like 10 does. Okay, we're gonna try to write Europa, but I realized that there's really no EU. There is just E and U. I might just do that. EU and then EURO. I don't Uru. Maybe I do Uru and then Pa. I think I'm gonna do that. Alright, I think it's time to erase the Ea-nasir clay tablet. I'm gonna have 6-7 in the corner. Alright, goodbye. This will be ASMR. Or SMR, I guess, because there's no sound. More like base 60. Cuneiform is base 60, so 60 is the same sign as 1. Yep. You will be missed, tablet. It's not so bad for a first time. I agree. I was like, at the start of the stream, I was like, oh god, like, I cannot write. But I think it was really dependent on the tool. I feel like the ruler was definitely the move. Alright, we're gonna do a lot of writing for this one. So the first character we're gonna write is E here. So that's 2 horizontal ones and 3 vertical ones. And then U is pretty light. Looks like a really strong indent though. So let's go for EU. So E. And then okay. And then U is like this really strong indent. Okay, U. And then Ru is here. So that's 2 oblique ones. But like really small. Like 1 really long horizontal one. And then 3 vertical ones. Oop. Well, these ones end up being like really long. I feel like I keep pressing down and it ends up being really long. And then Pa. 2. Oh wait, this is really easy. I think this one has to be like the easiest character we've written. And then Europa. Okay. Europa. Let's go. Hello, Bincy. I want to be in the room when they were deciding how each symbol looks like. Yeah, I wonder how they like decided. I feel like there's I mean, there's been really no patterns, but some of these look really weird. Like this one kind of just looks like a bottle. But also something like this looks really crazy. This one looks really intense. I'm not really sure how the structure was designed. I mean, something like this looks really complex too. Alright. Hello, Tyler. Alright, and then below this, or maybe I'll erase this. Please take a photo. I will send this to Kim and say that we've written Europa in Cuneiform. And then we're going to boop. We're gonna erase that and then maybe flip it over. Boop. Getting like yellow specks everywhere. And then we're gonna try to write Gaussian, but the issue is that I think we're missing a lot of the letters. Maybe I'll have to do like Gaussian or something. There's Gi, there's Gi, there's no like AU. U. Maybe Shu on. I think that might be the move. Yeah, because there's that on here. Okay, we're gonna do that. This might be the longest one we've had to write. So Gaussian, you're special. It's funny when you have to improvise letters. Alright, so the first one we're gonna write is Gi. Oh no. The first one we're gonna write is Ga. So that is... Okay, wait. Like this. And then... Ooh. And then 2 oblique ones. Okay, that did not come out as clean as I had hoped. It just looks like indents. I think I need to make the corner more wedge-like. And then ooh, which is like the big one. Okay, and then I think I saw an SI somewhere. Yes, C. And then... Okay. And then on, A-N. Okay. And then there's like a vertical one here. Alright. Gaussian is complete. Oh, that was kind of intense. Probably something like this drawing of a cow could also be EU, because cow in Sumerian is EU. Huh, that's interesting. We do actually have, I don't know if Kat Misberg is here, but they are I don't know, Kat, what your background is in Cuneiform, but they seem to be quite knowledgeable, or if you're comfortable sharing, of course. Gaussian is complete. And then Spore, I think, was next. So I'm gonna flip this over and do Spore. Well, I guess there's no SP, but there is Su, Pu, and then just RE, Supur. That's the closest I can get. So the first one we're gonna write is Su, and then Pu, and then there's RE here. So, oh wow, this looks kind of intense. So the first one is like 4 horizontal ones. But like they're at an angle. And then there's 2 vertical ones. Su, and then Pu is 4 oblique ones. Wow, you got a lot of oblique ones in your name. Okay. Okay, that one was kind of hard to write. Oh, I realized I also didn't perfectly flatten out this clay. And then RE. Okay. Three vertical ones, and then 1 oblique one. Alright. Ah! Ah! Yippee! Let's go. Alright, and wow, I just realized that I've been streaming for quite some time. I think the last one that we should write is subscribe to Z, but I will take any last minute requests, as long as they're short, or if anyone has any final suggestions. I also just went down a Wikipedia rabbit hole a few years ago. Oh, really? Wait, I just feel like learning languages is so fun. If I wasn't doing astrophysics, I would probably want to study linguistics, actually. Actually, Orbeez, I was wondering, do you guys have any, like, if you weren't doing what you were doing, which could be anything, what would you do? Like, what would be your alternate career? Hello, Millennium! A tea farmer. That's really interesting. Alright. I'm gonna do subscribe to Z. And I guess... Or maybe I'll just say sub to Z, because I feel like that's a lot of words. I can do SU... Wait, so we have SU. There's no just B, but maybe I'll just do BE. Or maybe I'll do UB, so it'll be like sub, suub, suub, and then 2, and then Z. Okay, we're gonna do that. Su first. 1. Okay. Su, and then UB. I would love if Irving Finkel himself, the goat himself, could react to my skills and give me advice. Like, I think if that were to happen, I would... I think I would implode. Like, I think that would be the best thing ever. 2. Oh my god, this character is insane. It has, like, a stack of, like, 3 columns of, like, horizontal boys. Okay, Sub, 2, and then Z is gonna be here. Oh, we got 4 oblique ones. Alright, Sub to Z! Let's go! Alright, wait, let me read through chat. Alien corn on Mars, so you would want to go to, like, you would be, like, in the book The Martian. I feel like, although I love space, I actually don't think I would go to space unless there's, like, a really well-established colony. And the reason for that is because, like, I don't know if I'd ever want to be the first on a planet, you know? Oh, this Play-Doh is, like, speckling a lot. Or just write John. Okay, maybe I'll do that. An anime character. I don't know if that could be an alternate career choice, but sure. Or like a cosplayer. Probably be a chef. Oh, that's interesting. I love cooking. Ooh, what kind of food do you cook? Hello, Cool Johnny. An NGO full-time worker. I work part-time for now. Oh, that's nice. Next time, go back in time and try the old Babylonian cuneiform. Yeah, we saw an example in this book, actually. Let me see if I can pull it up again. About the old cuneiform and how it was, like, more oh, this is the right way. It was more like a pictogram. You'll get to name so many districts after yourself if you're the first. Like, the Z district. Oh! Well, thank you, Addie, for joining main sequence. I was just gonna say, your name is the one in queue, so I'll write it up next. I would love to go into space once we have something better than a claustrophobic tin can. That's so fair. And Addie, be sure to join the Discord because we have a members-only chat there. A software dev, a mathematician. Oh, that would be really cool. I feel like it would be so cool to, like, go really, like, theoretical math, but I just feel like you need to be, like, built different for that. It's really funny because I actually thought about doing that at some point in my career as well, but I felt like I was never very much into theoretical math. History or archaeology would have been fun instead of computer science. That is true. Alright, Sub to Z. Someone please take a screenshot of this because I will definitely be posting this somewhere. Alright, time to erase. I took a few pure math classes. Not as fun as physics. Yeah, that's kind of how I felt too. I also have quite a few friends who are doing pure math research, and it's like really crazy. Like, I was like, hey, like, what's the general gist of like what you're working on? And they're explaining like all these crazy things that are just like, wow, like it is incredible that like humans were able to figure this out. Alright, Addie. we are going to write your name. Or is it Adi or is it Adi? Let me know how to pronounce that. Linear algebra was diabolical. Almost failed that class. Yeah, no, I feel like that's one of the toughest courses to teach. I think also, like, teaching calculus for the first time is really difficult too. Alright, so what we're gonna write is we have AD here, and then we have DI here. So let's do that. So AD, and then there's like a row 3, and then like that, and then DI is like, there's like a large wedge here, and then there's like a smaller wedge here, and then 2 horizontal wedges here, and then 1 vertical wedge here. And that is AD. Here you go. One could use such nails for writing cuneiform. Oh, that has not been suggested yet, actually. I guess there's been, if you were wondering, I had stick-on nails on most of my nails. I don't put it on my first and thumb because I can't take my contacts out otherwise. But I had stick-on nails, but they've been falling off over the course of the week. And now I only have these guys left. And I was gonna remove all of them so that it's like nice and clean, but these guys like aren't coming off. So I was like, I'm just gonna leave them and then glue the rest of them on later. So I can restore my set of nails. You can call me Kami. Okay, well this is your name. So yes. Now we have 2 left. We have standing or John. I'll write John, and then astral. Well, we can do astral first, and then yes. And then I think we'll be around time to wrap up. Do you like Babylon? I think that's what you're asking, right? I'm really interested in... I actually haven't studied that much of Babylon, like, itself, but, cuneiform is really interesting to me. I feel like I've been going through, like, a lot of, like, linguistics rabbit holes recently, so this has definitely been a lot of fun. Thank you again for, to Anonymous for getting this book for me, because this has been a lot of fun. Oh, I thought it was by choice. Well, these are actually, stick-on nails. They're, like, Snoopy nails. Alas. Maybe I can, like, write something. Yeah, no, it doesn't form the right shape. The reason why we went for this is because the cross-section of a cuneiform wedge is actually triangular, and this was, like, the closest to what we had. Alright, so for astral, we will write... What if it's AS? I don't see AS, but I think we can go for A, S, T, maybe we can go Asu to, and then Asu to Ra Lu. I think that's what we're gonna have to go for. So that this is gonna be a bit of a longer writing one. Lucian's True Story. Wait, is it called Lucian's A True Story? It's considered the first sci-fi novel from the 2nd century. What? That is so cool. I will definitely consider that. I also thought about doing a stream, this is more scientific, about the first cosmological simulation. So like back before we had computers, there was this one scientist who literally built a simulation by putting light bulbs in a room, and he would measure the luminosity of the light bulb because it like scales with like the flux scales with like r squared over r squared, similar to like gravity. And so he would use these light bulbs, and he would like, for every like second of time, like he would like move each light bulb individually, and he like simulated like galaxies and stuff like that before computers even existed. It's incredible. Okay, so we're gonna do So, okay, maybe we need this to be a bit more horizontal given that we all have a lot to write. Are there any other fun sci-fi stories you'd like me to read? Actually, one thing that I've been getting into is, okay, this is not a short story I'd recommend to people because it is very dark, but it's I Have No Mouth But I Must Scream. It is by Harlan Ellison. He has a great collection of books called Greatest Hits. Yeah, I reread the short story recently, and I was like, darn, this is like really dark. But the reason why I reread it is because I don't know if you guys have heard of this show called like The Amazing Digital Circus. Somebody recommended it to me, was like, oh, it's based off of like this short story. And I was like, oh, like I really love that collection of short stories. Let me watch Amazing Digital Circus. And I was like, holy smokes, like, I don't know. I like, at first I was like, what is this animation style? Like, I don't think I'd be really interested in something like this. But I was blown away, and now I'm like really invested. It's been a lot of fun. I don't know if anyone else has seen it. Apparently they're going to be making like the finale is like an hour long, and it's going to be in like movie theaters or something. Okay, so we need 4 horizontal ones. I feel like we've been writing this Sue one a lot for Seuss and stuff like that. Asu 2. Oh, this is the freaky one with like 3 columns. One really long one. Asu 2. Ra. Wow, there's a lot of horizontal ones in your name. Ra. Lu. Oh my god, maybe I need to just, like, spread this out. I think I can fit it into this remaining space, though. Ooh, wait, I actually made this tail way too long. But, Asutu rule. I love that story. It's such a good story. Yeah, it's like really dark, but it really makes you think about the power of AI. Like, it's kind of scary to think about because the whole premise, I don't want to give spoilers, but I mean, I think they say this at the start of the short story about how AI like took over the planet and like the whole human population went extinct, except for like a few people, which the AI like tortures to like inflict its anger upon like humanity. That is pure emo horror. I like the game in the book. Oh, I did hear that there was a game, but like I've never played the game. I don't think I could do anything like that, unfortunately. I remember hearing people complain about the... Oh my god! I want to thank you for the ODE's explanations. Thank you so much, Columbus, for the donation. I really appreciate it. Actually, to thank you, I might write your name, Columbus. Let me read through the rest of chat. Well, I'm glad you like the series. I know I haven't been making some new videos recently, but I do really want to continue making them. This is really cute. Well, I'm so glad you enjoy Glowing. What is the show about? I mean, basically the premise is like, there's these characters who are stuck in this like digital circus, this like world, which is controlled by this like AI. And they have to go through like a bunch of like silly like quests almost. But it's sort of a very similar premise in which like they have no escape and they're trying to find a way to escape. For now, the film will only be in America and Japan, but I assume they're rolling it out on YouTube, right? Because everything... by the way, the whole series is on YouTube for free, and it's also on Netflix. I came across it on Netflix first, but I listened to an audiobook of I Have No Mouth. It was really good. Really, I feel like that would be really scary. I don't know. That saved my TMA a few weeks ago. Wait, I'm so glad you enjoyed it then. Would you rather visit ancient Greece or ancient Egypt? I feel like neither. So I actually wouldn't go back in history because one really great thing about science is that it's given us a lot of vaccines and also a lot of, you know, the identification of potentially toxic material. Like back a few centuries ago, like people were putting radium in the watches so that they would glow in the dark. And if you haven't read the book Radium Girls, I really recommend it. It really shows the injustices of these like radium companies to keep the dangers of radium secret so that they could keep making money. But like stuff like radiation wasn't really well understood. Stuff like the toxicity of lead. I mean, I guess asbestos was like within the past few centuries. And so one of the reasons why I wouldn't want to go back in history is because we live in a society now where we have a better understanding of what things are toxic for us and what things aren't. Also, if you haven't read the book, Everything is Tuberculosis, like, tuberculosis, like, has killed more people, like, throughout human history than anything else. It is incredibly, like, it is only within the past, like, century that we have been able to, like, get a vaccine and, like, better understand why it works. And so I really recommend you read that book as well. There's a lot of reasons why I wouldn't want to go back in history. Radium cigarettes. That book, the Radium Girls book, is, I think, a book that everybody should read. It really talks about, it's this tragic story of these girls who just wanted to make a ton of money, not a ton of money, but they wanted to make money for their families. And they were dealing with these radium materials. They thought, you know, some of them would, you know, put it in their hair to, like, look really pretty for a night out. And, like, being a radium girl was, like, one of the coolest things to do. And then over time, as the radiation got to their bone marrow, like, they were in court and literally, like, some of them were, like, falling apart. Like, the description of the book does it a lot better than I'm doing right now, but they were describing, like, how for some of these women, like, their jaw would just, like, fully drop off. A lot of them, like, lost their hair. There were some who were about to get married and had to call off their wedding or passed away before they were able to live their lives. There was a story of one girl in the book who was pregnant when the symptoms started kicking in. Sorry, I'm going on such a tangent here, but I just really, really love that book, and I just recommend it to so many people. Yeah. Tuberculosis, wait, am I not pronouncing it right? I have a horrible way of pronouncing things. I was, like, having a conversation with a friend, and I was like, oh, the salmon the other day was really good. And she was like, do you mean salmon? I also remember I was saying, what else did I say? Oh, I said, I didn't know this until recently, but the correct American English way to pronounce important is not important, but important. Like, you need to have, like, important. Tuberculosis. Yes. Wait, how do you actually pronounce it? I realized that I've never heard the word actually said out loud. I've only read about it. Oh wait, my tab is muted. Let me unmute that.
Tuberculosis.
What?
Tuberculosis.
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 Tuberculosis. Okay. I thought it was like tubers. Like, you know, like the word tuber. Like, as in, like, a potato. Wait. Yeah, because a tuber...
Tuber.
Yeah, tuber is tuber. It's technically tuberculosis. Tuberculosis. I cannot pronounce. Proper pronunciation is just the rich people's dialect. Well, I just feel like I have always, like... I mean, like, for context, like, English is my first language. So, I don't know why I just, like, learned how to pronounce some things wrong. Tuberculosis. Where's Nep? Tuberculosis. But the book is really great. I highly recommend. We just wrote Astral. We just wrote, so now we need to write John and Columbus. So for John... Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I don't think there's even a J here. Maybe I'll just go for Gion. Wait, yeah, there's no J. Wait, there's no O either. Wait, why is John so hard? Wait, G? I don't even see O. I think it might have to be Gion, maybe? That's the best I can do. Is there a Y? Yeah, there is Y, I think. Oh, there's no Y, actually. Not one that I see here. Z is for space, please understand. Exactly. I'm a photon. I technically, canonically, have not interacted with the human species for a majority of my lifetime. God. Alright, we're just gonna do Gion. I'm sorry, John. Boop. Boop. Boop, boop, boop. Boop. Okay, Gi. And then we're gonna do UN. One, two. One, two. Alright, Gion. It's ended up close to being Korean. Wait, that's actually true. This is great. Alright, and then the last one for today is going to be Columbus. Thank you so much for the donation. I thought it's already dead and like a medieval language, but a friend of mine was for several months in a dorm with someone who had tubers and now everyone is with it. Wait, seriously? I mean, it's definitely not a dead disease at all. Tuberculosis. Why can I not pronounce that? I mean, it's very prominent, especially in countries where it's so frustrating because the book describes this in better detail. The book actually follows, like, it's a historical account, it's a scientific account, but it's also a narrative account because the author actually meets with a child in Kenya, if I recall correctly, who has the disease and is like getting treated for it. But it's very frustrating because, of course, in a third world country, they don't have access to the same medical resources that we do. And so there are a lot of fatalities that just shouldn't be happening in the first place. Just skip tubes and say consumption. Yeah, the other word for it is the consumption. Yeah, the book is really I'm so sorry, I'm going on such a tangent about this book. But this book also describes about, like, how in the olden days, like, being really, like, skinny to the point of, like, looking like you're emaciated, was one of the styles of the Victorian era. Yeah, Astral said I associate TB with the Victorian era. Yeah, and it was actually, like, the reason why that trend came in the first place was because of the consumption. Consumption is just a better name. I mean, it's easier to pronounce, that's true. Okay, so Columbus, we are going to lock in on your name. So we have C-O. Oh, we don't have C, but we have Ka. Do we have Ko? No, we have Ka. Ku. Maybe we'll go for Ku. Ku. Lu. Mu. Bu. Su. How about that? Kulu Mubu Su. Alright. Well, I realized that I need to make this a little bit wider if we want to fit the whole name. Or Ka Lu. Wait, yeah, maybe we'll do Ka. 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 Lu. Mu. Oh, no, actually there's U-M. Ka Lu Buse. Yeah, I think that's the way to go. Okay, so Ka. Oh my god, look at this character. It has, like, a bunch of horizontal ones. Okay, so... there's one here, there's one here, and then there's, like... and there's one here, Ka, Lu, so there's, like, a horizontal one. There's 3 smaller ones here. I'm getting pretty fast at this now. Kalu. And then we have 2 here. And then 3 vertical ones. Kalu Busu. So this is... oh my god, I think this one might be the longest one we've written. Oop. Here, let me try to extend this out a little bit this way. And then we need Us. Maybe Us, yeah. Oh my god, wait, I don't think... I'll have to move your name to the next line if that's okay. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Then there's one horizontal. Then there's one boop, boop, and then this. Kalu umbasu. Umamusume. Oh my god. Emaciate? Wait, is it not emaciate? No, oh my god. I've been pronouncing this wrong my whole life.
Emaciated.
It's emaciated. What? Wait, okay. I feel like mispronouncing the consumption TV is understandable because I fortunately have not been in a situation where I've ever had to say that word out loud. But I feel like I've been saying the word emaciated wrong this whole time, my whole life. I'm shocked. Emaciated. I did read a lot as a kid. I read constantly as a kid. There was like never a point where I wasn't reading. I'm not dyslexic. I read a lot as a kid. English is my first language. What? I don't even know if I'm like expressing this properly in my body language. Like, I am beyond shocked right now. Emaciated? Seriously? How was I supposed to know that? How is that E supposed to sound like an ah? This is fascinating. But like, what's crazy is like, it's not like I mean, you guys know I'm very outspoken. Like, I speak a lot. I guess another piece of lore is like, I also did like speech and debate. So like, I interacted a lot with saying things and, you know, pronouncing things. Oh my god, I'm gonna tell my friends about this after stream. This is genuinely shocking to me. English is a silly language. We just need to sit Z down with a dictionary and have her read it. Maybe that is the solution. Is a pretty prominent form. E takes it as the start of the word. I think it just shows that English words are inconsistent. Exactly. Although in some US dialects, all vowels other than the stressed one is basically a schwa. We should start writing fish as goatee for real. Wow, Orbeez. This is great. Well, Columbus, here's your name. I think, maybe we'll write one last word to finish out the stream, and then we'll wrap things up. Oxford English Language Dictionary back-to-back reading stream. Oh my god, I feel like I'm just gonna humiliate myself. When I was a kid, I did mock trial for several years and always pronounced wonton as wonton. What? Wonton? What is a wonton? You mean like as in the word... wait, wonton? Apparently it means like merciless or inhumane. I thought you meant wonton like the soup. Wonton is a dumpling. Wait, I thought it was I thought W-O-N-T-O-N was the dumpling. Like wonton soup. And then...
Wonton.
Yeah, wonton. Okay. Can you pronounce Lanfair? Oh my god, that's like the name of the longest city. Longest town. I just remember the crazy, like, I saw like a video where this like weather forecaster was saying, wait, let's see.
Llanfair pwsgwngis goger chwrndropws Santisilio gogogoch.
Yeah, there's no way I'm pronouncing that. I also thought wonton was pronounced like that. What is the word wonton? Like with an A? Like what does that even mean? Deliberate, unprovoked, or reckless?
Wanton.
Wanton. I have never heard that word before. You should tell Cider she too is hyperlexic and may have some insight. What is hyperlexic? Oh, when your child begins reading words earlier than expected. Huh, I didn't know that there was a word for that. I think that was the one I had. I remember I like used to do this thing where I'd have like this bookshelf with my kids' books, and my mom was telling me that what I do is I take like every single book off the shelf and like read it like every single day. Like I'd reread my entire bookshelf every day. Like that was my favorite thing to do. Oh, wanton violence? I feel like I would pronounce that right though. She's learning new words as we speak. See, this is a learning stream. This is a learning stream. Actually, I think one way to end the stream would be to write out VTheorem. I'm gonna write VTheorem. V. Oh, there's no V. Then maybe I'll do Theorem. We're gonna write that. So we're gonna write T, and then M. Okay, let's lock in. Oh, what? This one has like a wedge that's like backwards first. So it's like T, Oh my god. Horizontal. And then M. And a big one here. I'm still shocked about emaciated and emaciated. Oh, maybe VTheorem. Okay, maybe B here. VTheorem. Oh, thank you Edmund's MP4 channel for subscribing. I swear I heard VTheorem. She's probably really tired too. We're watching. Yeah, no, I have been quite tired recently, but I like, my pronunciation doesn't change when I'm tired. I'm honestly overwhelmed by Discord for some reason. We'll need to look at a guide to search through all the VTheorem channels. Oh, the VTheorem Discord is definitely a lot. I have to admit, I'm not very active on there. I'm more active on the Galaxy Discord. Alright, and then I'm gonna write... maybe I'll write the... I can write oop. Oh my god, nep. Actually, I should write me first. So Z. Z. Boop, 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 boop. Z, and then... maybe I'll write myelin next. There's me. There's no my. I'll do me. Maulin. Maybe that's the move. I'm gonna have to write really small for this one. Ul. Oh, and I guess also there's some new members in the chat. I'm part of this group called VTheorem. We are a group of educational VTubers. Ma'u... Id. I-Ed? Yes. Ma'u, Mylid, and then who else? Here, I'll have like a line here to denote that this is VTheorem. Pi. They're just pi. I think I'm gonna go with that. Pi. Okay. Pi. And then Nep. So there's Nepu. Nepu. We're actually going to be making a new generation for VTheorem soon. Well, soon is kind of relative, but we're working on it. Oh no! My model froze! Wait, give me 1 second. Oop. Oop. What is going on? Oh. Hello? Oop. It's really glitching out. Maybe it's a sign that I need to wrap up stream soon. Oh no, wait, it really is frozen. What's going on? Okay, now okay, we're back, Okay, so Nep, and then we gotta go Poo. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a horizontal one. Nepu. Okay, so I'm gonna draw a line to didn't. So Z, Myelin, Phi, Nepu, and then side array. So I'm gonna go for I could go for pi again, but I think I should go for psi. There's C, SI, which should probably work. And psi. Yippee! And when we get our new gen, they'll go right here. Pi, yes. See you next stream, Z. It's almost 4 in the morning. Oh my god, well thank you so much for joining. Well, definitely get some good sleep, get some good rest. Got one person for plants and stuff, yep. When is soon for a photon? Well, I think it's gonna be quite some time out. We closed applications at the end of, I think at the end of March, right? This MacBook is coughing for help. Wait, when I first started this, like the fan was the loudest I've ever heard it. It's because I have my webcam, I have my dual monitor, my mic, and of course my model, OBS. There's just so much stuff going on. My MacBook is on its last legs. Hello, Neltarina. Well, I think it's about time that we wrap up stream, so yippee, VTheorem complete. And thank you again for the book, Anonymous. This is a super, super cool book. I highly recommend. It's also really short too. I feel like it's a really good like coffee table book. I've gotten a lot of like people being like, wow, this is so cool. And I of course love sharing like my passion with you guys. So yay! All right. I think it's about time we wrap up. But thank you all so, so much. Here's the 6-7 tablet here as well. The minute of the last place in the world was March 31st. Oh, I see. Well, if you are on the YouTube side, I recommend that you actually hop on over to Twitch because we are going to... Or let me see if there's anyone currently live on YouTube. Oh, there's no one live on YouTube, but if you go to Twitch, we'll see who we want to raid. Let's see who's live right now. Boop. Oh, hello, Columbus. Oh, good seeing you on here as well. Okay, we have Kim, who is doing 2 Space Girlies and their dragon. AIAA Design Build Fly event. Wait, that's actually so cool. We could also raid into that. Or community karaoke. Oh, thank you, Just Standing, for following. Attempting math. I think we should just raid into Kim. I think we should raid into Kim. Oh, thank you, Kaiju, for following. Does that sound good? Or we could also, I feel like Design Build Fly event is cool too. All right, okay, you guys should vote. Do we raid into Kim? or do we raid into a design build fly event for the AIAA? And thank you all for the followers. Which one? Which one? Let me know. Option 1 or option 2? And then, oh, and while you guys decide, just a quick announcement. I will maybe be streaming on Thursday, but I don't know because my friend is actually hosting a celebration party, so I'll be going to that. But I will definitely be streaming on Friday, which will be a collab with me and Aleph Moo, who is a math VTuber who recently debuted, and we'll be talking about gravitational waves, including the math and the astrophysics behind them. Aleph is going to be focusing more on the math, which was really cool because we were talking about it, and I was like, darn, like, I haven't done general relativity in, like, so long. Alright, are we going for the flying one? Alright, I think we should do that then. That is EJSA. Yeah, no, so be sure to stay tuned for that. Alright, get ready to raid. Alright, thank you all so much. I hope you enjoyed this stream. This was so much fun. If you want to see more cuneiform, hieroglyphs, linguistic stuff like these, please do let me know. And if you're on the Twitch side, please say that you are ready to raid. Thank you, Zris R, for following. Okay, I will see you guys definitely on Friday or maybe before then. And yeah, everyone stay healthy, stay safe, stay well nutritioned. Okay, goodbye. 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 Zia's nice hands. Oh, thank you. Thank you. All right, bye-bye. Bye-bye.